What's up, everyone? This is Christian Duke. You're watching Strength Addicts Live here on Instagram, brought to you courtesy of BlackstoneLabs.com, the holy grail of bodybuilding supplements. Guys, my favorite product is Glycolog. What's yours? Also, if you're looking to get involved in the fitness industry, there is no better way to do so than by applying to join the Blackstone Labs Legion. But do it today. Don't procrastinate. Do it right now. Also, big thank you to our supporting sponsor, TitanMedicalCenter.com, your go-to source for all your hormone replacement therapies. Their brand new ECAA Stack Plus that's got everybody talking, injectable vitamins, glutathione, and so much more. So today, our guest, Greg Mueller, I'm probably mispronouncing his last name. My last name is Duke. A lot of people call me Dookie, and that's the payback for me mispronouncing your name, is just fresh off celebrating 2 years in the Blackstone Labs Legion. Also, Omni Muscle celebrates 2 years as well. So we're going to bring Greg on, and I do appreciate your time a couple times, and it's just been pretty wild, 3 hours apart, you know. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going? Thank you so much for accommodating me and doing a different time. I do appreciate it very much.
Okay, I'm not sure if you were joking, but it's actually Mueller.
Mueller, okay. What did I say?
Yeah, Mueller.
Mueller. Yeah, I see. I don't know, because you see, you kind of like tripped me up because you were like, guess how to say my name, and so I know that's German, right? It's got to be German.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was translated a couple different ways from Germany. One was Mueller, and then the other one dropped the umlaut, so it went from Mueller to Mueller.
Right. And yeah, and the umlauts are so cool. If you guys don't know what that is, check out Motley Crue or Motorhead. I mean, like the two, like that's so cool. But yeah, my uncle's wife, their maiden name is actually Mueller, but it's with the UE. So I wasn't sure, but there's like a million different ways to say it. And they're from Chile. There's a bunch of Germans in Chile. So
I get that a lot. I get the Mueller because people look at the U and then they just pronounce the letter U. So they're like, oh, it's got a U in it, so it's Mueller.
Right. That almost sounds like Bueller, like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, I was going to say that when we were sending DMs that I've gotten that before in the past. Bueller, right. Mueller.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I want to thank everybody that's here. Not a lot of people. We had actually a few more people the first time around, but you hadn't seen the notification, and I got the updates, and it looks totally different. Instagram's always updating, but the beauty is people will see it on replays, and we'll chop it up and do reels and stories. But I'm surprised, man. Like to me, it is so cool that we have this platform, because I thought for sure Instagram, when Instagram first came out, I didn't think it was going to last. And now it's like everybody is on Instagram. It's like the place to be.
I still wish they had the 24-hour replays, but they took that away during COVID, I guess, because so many people were doing IG lives that they didn't have, I don't know, the storage or the bandwidth to keep all that extra footage for the full 24 hours. Yeah.
Well, now what it does, I do miss that. Now what it does is it goes straight to IGTV. So this is going to be available, like, forever. And then,
I know a lot of people, they don't save it. And so that's where like I'll end up missing stuff, or PJ doesn't save something where he does a live like he used to back in the day. Like I always used to catch up on those or do my cardio, and then I'd watch it if I missed it because I'm on the West Coast. So he'd be doing them so early that I'd still be sleeping.
Right. So where are you at exactly out west?
In Spokane, Washington, Pacific Northwest.
Nice. I've never been to Washington. I always wanted to go to Spokane and Seattle, especially Portland, Oregon, that little area right there. And
well, that was my train of thought. I grew up 23 years in New York, so it was quite a change to come all the way out here.
That's so cool, man. I mean, that area there and across the border, also BC. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to Victoria or British Columbia, but as they say, it's just amazing. Yeah,
before they required the enhanced driver's license, I got to go up through BC and then up to Calgary and Edmonton, and it was beautiful.
Wow, that is so cool. That is so cool. And the thing too with PJ, the cardios, they're coming back. I'm sure of it, but he's so busy. He's like slammed. You know what I mean? And it's like so many things are going on. But the Legion, I really feel like doing this. Jared's been really killing it. Jared Brown really, really killing it. Always killing it. But I'm so proud of Legion, Greg, because especially with the Factory Madness thing over Nutrition Factory, I mean, we cleaned house, and it wasn't like, it wasn't some coincidence. I mean, we beat Revive, we destroyed Redcon, nothing against them, but we destroyed them. We destroyed Accent Sledge. We just beat everybody. We beat Optimum Nutrition. These companies are like, these are like, we just destroyed them. But on paper,
everybody rallied together and united and took care of business, so that was awesome.
And it was consistent. That was the thing. It was really, really consistent. And even companies that have, allegedly 4 or 5 times the number of followers that we do, we still beat them. And again, followers, who are they? You know what I mean? Are they like Legion followers? Probably not.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who couldn't believe it. They're like, "Oh, how can this be?" I saw some
Right.
of the comments where people were getting pretty salty, but it's like if you have the organization, then the rest is downhill.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people were saying, it's not a big deal. It's just, we're just doing it for fun. They were saying that until they lost. Then it was like, then it was personal. Then it was like you stole their bicycle or something.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. So you post a lot of stuff. I don't know if you compete or not, but you post a lot of training stuff, and you
not
seem to
ready for the
really.
competing yet. I'm almost 6 foot, and so I've always had a fast metabolism growing up.
Hmm.
And so right now, well, for last beat PJ, I cut down to about 160. So I was pretty, pretty low body fat for my standards, not like for stage standards. But I was able to up that by 20 pounds this year for my new photos, which I haven't released yet because I was waiting for the actual finals to come out before I release any of my photos. Just
Okay.
for like if I do make the top 25, that there'll be that surprise element where I don't know what picture they're going to select, so I don't want to post anything yet.
And that's good strategy too, Greg. I mean, I think a lot of this is also, it's kind of like a chess game, right? In a way. And you gotta know exactly when to drop it. And yeah, I totally get that. So you've been in the Legion for 2 years, which I think is, what did he say? He's hilarious. But the thing, Omni Muscle, yeah, I love Omni Muscle. And Omni Muscle gave you a great
Yeah, he's a
compliment.
great guy.
Yeah, and I think Omni and you share that in the sense that you guys always like people's posts. I cannot speak enough about that, because it's like, whether you like a post, comment on a post, repost a post, that sends so much love to the person putting that out. Because a lot of times people, if they don't feel like a reaction, they'll just stop posting. They'll just go
Yeah,
ghost.
it's infectious. Where like if you like something of theirs and it helps you in some way, then they'll return the favor, and it just kind of like everybody connects through the platform in that way.
Definitely, definitely. So you've been in the Legion, like Omni, for 2 years. It sounds like you guys started the same day, which is insane. We got
Yeah, I
500
noticed that
friendships in you.
after when we were doing the when I did the post, and then he made a comment, and then I said to him because I checked his profile because I was just interested. I'm like, how long's he been with the Legion? And then I was like, oh, right down to the same exact day as when he posted his picture.
That's insane, man.
Same day, same year.
That's crazy. That is crazy. So tell us, what does it mean to you to be in the Blackstone Labs Legion, especially after 2 years?
Um, well, with the Legion, um, even before I was in it, I could see the impact that it was having on people through the previous beat PJs and through either competitors posting pictures or through actual call reps where they have their own part in the Legion where they're posting their pics and their competition pictures. And so I thought it was really cool. And I always liked PJ from what I've seen from him online, either whether it be Delray Misfits related or if it was something where he's just making his own posts, getting information out there. I just thought he's really helpful, always willing to lend a hand, always reaching out to people who need his guidance. And so that's something that was really important to me when it came to making the decision. And then through the chats, I was hearing about this Legion, and I'm like, what is this? And went to the website and figured out how I could apply. And then I got accepted. So it was great.
Very cool, very cool. And again, everyone's going to see this on replay, and I think it's just so powerful that you first did your homework, that you really identify with PJ and really identify with the team, and then you applied. Because I think sometimes people, you know, with the Legion this doesn't happen, but with other programs they apply and they're like, there's no family here, there's no structure, there's no future, there's nothing. And so that's why so many people are dissatisfied with the programs around the fitness industry, not naming any names. But when people come to the Legion, I mean, truly, it is a real family. And, you know, when we spring into action, and that's why I cannot play down this Factory Madness enough, because it was not a one-off. It was like 4, 5, 6 times week after week. The Legion just kept coming through and winning it, and it's like, that's not a coincidence. It's just not. With regards to products, though, over the course of 2 years, and as much as you love to lift, like what's your favorite Black Stone Labs product or products?
Yeah, products would probably be a better way to go about it because there's been so many and they all have different benefits. So there's different applications for each. When you're cutting, it might be either the Arson or the Viper X. Let's see, for going to the gym or just general recovery, we got the BCAA Resurgence. Um, for my age, since I just turned 40 the end of the last year, there would be like the IGF, the
Kit.
SST,
Mhm.
IGF, and GH kit. And so with that one's really important for making sure that you recover because you're not 20 years old anymore, so you're having a little bit more trouble with recovery or just making sure that you have enough energy and that you're not taxing your system too much.
Mhm.
So
What
where your CNS would get worn out and things like that, I noticed that benefit, um, or just with recovery in general.
definitely have you tried Apex Male?
No, I haven't tried Apex Male. I actually also really like Abnormal.
Hmm.
I noticed with the Abnormal, I actually injured my shoulder in 2017 and I had to do quite a lot of rehab on that. And then only within a couple years after that, I injured my wrist and I had, it's almost like carpal tunnel. I was chopping wood and I extended the ligament that goes from the thumb back and then through the back of the forearm. And when I was trying to do curls, like I couldn't even do curls or bend my wrist, and it was like burning sensation as I was trying to lift. It was actually my left side,
Hmm.
and so yeah, I noticed just through using certain products, and also one of them that's not available anymore, orthobolic. That one I was using a lot, and that really helped as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I guess with regards to your training though, like what do you like to do the most in the gym? Because I've seen pictures and videos of all sorts of things, and you're very proud of your midsection, which is quite tight actually for a tall guy, especially.
Oh,
Um,
thanks.
yeah, definitely. What do you like? Are you like a back guy, a shoulder guy, a chest guy, arm guy, leg guy? What do you like to? What's your muscle of choice that you get excited about each week to train?
Well, I was going to touch on the abs. The one part of the abs that really bothers me is the lower part because I seem to have trouble getting rid of love handles and like right below the belly button, the cortisol area, and I noticed the adrenal care that helps with stress hormones, and so that one I've been using as well. So there's a lot of different applications for all the different products.
How are you
I didn't
liking adrenal?
necessarily get as lean as I wanted to either last year or this year because I'm trying to mostly focus on size.
Hmm.
So I was trying to kind of recomp and dial it back to get to a lean enough condition to take my pictures. But at the same time, I don't want to get so lean that I set myself back through having to go through a whole um, what is that, reverse dieting phase and
Right.
all that.
Yeah. It's just so much. What are your thoughts on adrenal care? Do you like it so far?
Yeah, that one's really good. It seems like anything that can help keep the cortisol down, because stress just like causes like your body just to hold on to everything in the lower section for the abs and midsection.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I mean, like, I feel like your waist is small. I mean, for a tall guy, but like you said, if the lower part of the abs is giving you trouble, yeah, the adrenal care should, definitely make a difference. So, but you sound really, really knowledgeable on the whole line, and I think that's really powerful as well. You're always putting out your code, which is really effective as well. I mean, I think that 2 years in the Legion, you probably learned quite a bit, and you probably brought something to the table as well because the fitness industry being what it is. I mean, like, there's all sorts of things to learn, but. Um, I just think that like your page is just really really good, and hopefully like with this interview and others it'll grow even more. But I just like the realness of it all. I mean you're not out
Thanks.
there like yeah you're not like begging for followers. Like some people do that,
Mhm.
and I think the best way to get followers is just being yourself.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, like with my posts, it kind of goes to motivation. Like with the Blackstone Legion, it's great to have motivation, and I've seen other people in the Legion talk about this, but I've noticed over the years that it's not the motivation that keeps you going to get you into a habit, but once you're in the habit,
Mm.
then it's dedication. So you have to actually get to the point where you realize that motivation is very fickle. Like you need something that even if you don't feel like going, you can leave the house and you're back in that mindset when you're driving to the gym that, oh, 5 minutes ago I didn't feel like going, but now I'm in the car and I'm back into my routine and I know what I'm going to accomplish when I get into the gym. And so I think that's really important for people to kind of differentiate the difference between motivation and dedication, because if you have dedication, you don't need motivation.
Absolutely. And it sounds like the Legion plays a pretty big role in that.
Hmm. And then to go back on the training, I actually got together with Cornelius Parkin at the end of 2019. So he's been my coach ever since.
Nice.
Um,
So you're a
and
deep
he,
down boy.
yeah. And so,
Nice.
he's coaching Bree Marshall, who turned pro, Kyle Puckett, Ariana Brothers. So those are all pros that are under his wing. And, I'm hoping that I can get to a size to where I could actually get to a point where I'd feel comfortable competing. But right now, at being 5'11", almost 6 foot, and being under 200 pounds, I don't think that's something that I want to do to step on the stage. Like at the 180 right now, I'm trying to get from the 180 now to the 200. So that's my next goal.
For sure, for sure. I love Ariana Brothers. I actually interviewed her when she got her pro card. She's awesome. Kyle Puckett is awesome. I mean, I could sit here and talk to you about like people like Arnold or Lou Ferrigno, but I want to ask you about a real bodybuilding superstar. What do you think about Dale Chance?
Um, I think people don't give him enough
He's
credit.
awesome.
They always give him credit for the third place wins,
The third
but
place
they
is
don't
never.
give him credit for the first place win. They ignore that.
Yeah, they give him such a hard time. Dale and I have been doing interviews forever. I love Dale, but he, if somebody could do like a seminar on how to deal with haters and trolls, Dale would be the guy. But it just bounces off of him, and he's able to take it in stride, and that's why he's been just so successful. Because people in that car accident that he was in, I mean, that car accident, he shouldn't, that
Mhm.
was
That's a lot to come back from.
yeah, let's say you're driving in a car, I'm driving in a car, you look over, you see that, you don't think anybody survived that. I mean, that's
Hmm. Yeah,
and
the
that
wreckage of that car was terrible. Like it couldn't even be recognized that it was a
yeah.
Mustang.
And then not only that, but he's trying to get himself back to walking, and now the guy's training like a monster in the gym again. He's talking about making a comeback. So it's like, I mean, and he's not going to be like a men's physique guy either. I mean, this is nothing against men's physique, but this is a thick ass bodybuilder. So again, I think that goes back to the motivation. Doctors can tell you, oh, you may never walk, but you get the motivation, and it's almost like adrenaline. Really, it really is like a shot of adrenaline. So I totally know what you're talking about, and I think it's important what you said too, Greg, differentiating motivation from dedication. You know what I mean? I think that's a pretty big deal, because, like you said, you may not want to go to the gym, but something happens while you're on the way there, and now you want to go. So
Mhm.
it's just getting in the car, trying to just I think that's pretty important.
And then with Cornelius, he has me where it's a rotation, and so we try to keep the body guessing,
Hmm.
which is kind of cliche, but it's like every so many cycles you'll go from a certain rep range to another rep range,
Yeah.
or you'll reverse the order of the exercises, so that way your body doesn't get used to anything. Besides that, I've just tried Patrick Tours, SST, sarcoplasm training.
Hmm.
So I've been trying to incorporate like rest pauses and different methods like that thrown into it. Especially like I know some people do it for the arms where they just go back to back. So you'll be doing bis and tris through the whole thing, just to get a pump, because they say that the pump usually is what will increase arm size. So I'm trying to work on my weak points, which is like my limbs and my chest and other areas,
Well, you're a
to try to
tall
bring
guy.
those up.
Yeah, you get. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. But you're a
Oh, no,
tall
it's
guy,
fine.
so you got to fill out. So that's going to be hard for you for the arms, but you could totally do it.
Hmm. So like the bodybuilders I look up to is like Bob Paris or Mike Francois. So like I'm kind of an old school throwback guy.
Nice, nice.
So
Well, Mike Francois
trying to
should
get
start
to
here in Ohio. Yeah, awesome.
trying to get to something comparable to that. That would be
Definitely,
great.
definitely. Well, I want to thank you. I really do, man. I don't really do this early, but we covered some ground, some good ground. Um, Cornelius, I gotta say, man, is a hell of a great coach. And one of his crowning achievements. I mean, now the guy's sick, so I don't want to like focus too much on it. But he beat Boston Lloyd.
Mhm.
Cornelius beat Boston
Yeah,
Lloyd
I
in the
was
box.
actually gonna bring that up
Yeah,
with the whole I'm trying
yeah.
to think of what that was, the border clash
Hmm.
2016, and then they had a lot of drama, but then now they've made up and they're
Yeah,
friends, and
yeah.
we're talking about doing podcasts together and
And
things
you
like
should.
that. So water
Yeah, you
under the
should.
bridge.
And Cornelius is not. I would not consider Cornelius a misfit, but he's in the realm. But he's
Hmm.
he's so knowledgeable, and he is such a great coach and a great competitor. He doesn't compete anymore, but he was a great competitor, and he was a badass. You know what I mean? So
Well, he's trying to make a comeback right now. I think he's trying to shoot for his pro card.
he could do it. He could totally do it. That he could totally do it.
He's putting on a lot of size, and I was trying to think. Oh yeah, I was going to mention that if anybody hasn't checked out his IG, like his stories have tons of great information, and there's even some pros that I noticed are following where he'll
Oh, for
repost
sure.
that they're following him as well.
For sure. But I want to thank you though very much. I want to congratulate you on 2 years. Uh, I think it's great you're working with Cornelius. I think it's great you love old school bodybuilding. I think your page is awesome. So I want to thank you again for doing this. And I think we're going to do a lot more of this in the future. So thank you for taking the time.
All right, great. Thanks for all the great interviews.
Awesome, for sure, for sure. I'll chop this up. It'll be reels everywhere. I'll try to make you famous as best as I can. But just keep being you, man, and the followers will come. Followers, I think the people really truly appreciate realness and just being yourself. And I think the rest is just going to happen all on its own. So, tell me, say your name for me,
It's Greg Muller.
Greg Muller. Perfect. It's very important. So for Greg Muller, this is Christian Duke, StrengthAddicts.com. Thank you, my man.
All right, talk to you later.